Welcome to Golf Channel Academy. I'm your host, Martin Hall. We're here at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club in Orlando, Florida, and I am delighted to be joined by Laura Davies, Hall of Famer, 85 worldwide wins, and Lake Nona, a very special place for you, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Solheim, I haven't been here for 25 years, so it's nice to be back.
Well, I know they're thrilled to have you here. I'm thrilled to be with you. This is your full swing special. So someone who's had such a storied career as you, tell me where it all began, who were your influences, and how you shaped your golf swing with your fundamentals.
Well, I used to, my brother was someone I used to tag along with and play golf with when I was really young, 14 when I actually started, but Seve Ballesteros was the one. I used to, whenever mum and stepdad would take me to watch a tournament, watch Seve, just watch what he did and try. You can't reproduce Seve, but you can try and get into the positions he did, and that's pretty much how I've done my career since day one, really.
Did you used to imitate him?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
well, let's see a Seve imitation. Let's get you going. I want to see
well,
this.
Well, this is not so much a Seve. He used to muck about a little bit on the range, and a lot of players do lots of stretching and warming up. I don't know if Seve did, I doubt it, but I don't. So for me, it's just a few swishes and just try and get a feel for the club head going onto the ball. It doesn't matter where they go. You're just trying to warm yourself up. Maybe hit a few little cut shots just to make sure your hands are working through the ball. A few little, so you're not swinging full at the moment. You're just trying to get your body going, ready for the actual warm-up, which is coming, in a couple of minutes after.
So your first few shots, Laura, there'd be no real concern about the outcome then? You're just trying to sort of warm up the engine?
No, I think most people, when they see me on the range, they'll probably think she's not very good because they'll just see all these horrible little squirty shots. But that's just to get the body warmed up and try and get the hands working, because my swing's all about the hands. OK,
so that would be your warm-up. And you choose any particular reason you choose a 6-iron?
I don't really know. I just started picking, because I think you can hit every shot. You can hit the lows, the highs, you can hit all the shots. And so I think that's why I started doing it. I've been doing that for, 25 years and more now. So it's just something I've done. A lot of players start with their wedges, which is fine too.
Let's have a look as you make the swing a bit bigger now. I know that for you, the rhythm in the takeaway is a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I do. Because you should have your fundamentals, your grip and everything should be good. So just a normal setup. We're going to this first flag.
The fuller swing now.
Yeah, this will be a proper 6-iron now. This is how I'd want to hit it on the course. Not too much shape on a 6-iron. So just try and get the ball position, at standard. Nothing's that complicated with my swing. I try and hit the ball high, so when I go through the ball, my swing is to try and go up on the line. I always feel like I want a nice high finish if it's just for a dead normal shot, if there's no wind, no trees, nothing in play. So we'll see if we can hit one.
Question for you. You talked at the outset of the show about how the hands were so important. And as I've watched you hit shots over the years, you always waggle, you're always in motion. Are you feeling the weight in the head of the club? And what is your grip pressure as you're doing that, Laura?
Yeah, that's a big thing, actually, grip pressure. If I want to hit it a long way, I'll probably grip it a bit harder. But for a normal shot, no, just a really light sort of pressure. Watching the club head away. Yeah, I try not to think too much about that. I mean, I'm watching the club head all the way, and I just know I want to hit right on the very back of the ball. I mean, I don't take big divots. I've never been a big divot taker, so I just want to hit on the back of the ball. So you've got to know the club head is square. You've got to feel it all the way. So
let's see you hit one more, and then I've got, so the grip pressure is light.
Yeah, very just normal. I'd say neutral. You know, that's.
Yeah, that's hit beautifully off the top of the grass. In a show on your swing, perhaps you've not been the most technical of players, you've certainly been immensely successful. Is the way you place your hands on the club, has that been something you've deliberately taken note of, or not so very much?
No, I just used to, in the early days, I think I had a baseball grip in the early days. I used to grab it like that and just get after it as hard as I could. But yeah, obviously I go the sort of overlapping. But I think the grip should be something very natural. You should work on that very quickly. If you can't get the grip right, I mean, that's the easiest part, actually, having your hands on the club. So, yeah, it should be something that just slots in and you're ready to go, really.
Let's see you hit one more. I love for the viewers at home, as I watched Laura Davies, winner of 85 events around the world, incredible. I love the motion, I love the way you pick it. You still hit the ball absolutely beautifully. And so that's a great start for us here today. When we come back, there's an awful lot more. We're going to talk about a rather unique, a rather unusual way that Dame Laura Davies alters the trajectory of her golf shots and curves the golf ball. You do not want to miss this. That was right out of the middle, no question about it. Laura, in 1996, you won on 5 different tours around the world. That's quite something to do. And you wouldn't be able to do that if you couldn't control the distance of your shots.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got probably for every club, I've got kind of 3 distances, and your standard one is just a normal swing that we were just showing. But if I want to take a little bit off a shot with the 6 irons, so I'd be looking to go, I don't know, 170 with a little one. And everything will be similar, apart from my grip pressure will be quite weak. I'll aim slightly left of my target. And then the swing will be nice and smooth. And I'll just hope for a little bit left to right trajectory like that. And that should just take maybe 4 or 5 yards off it.
So when you want to take a little bit off it, you aim left, you look left, you hit a baby fade?
Baby fade. You never want too much movement on the ball with your irons, I don't think. Sometimes with the driver or some extreme shots you need that. But yeah, your average shot, you really don't want it moving more than 3 or 4 yards either way, depending on where the pin is on the green or that sort of strategy you're trying to play.
So if the green's really firm, you might do what you've just said. If you want to take a bit off it, you might do. What if you actually had to jump on one and really give it some welly, as we would call it?
Yeah, well, if the caddy says, you know, you've really got to get all of this one, that puts me in immediately, I'm in the mode that I don't want to draw it, but I want the ball flight to be more a little bit right to left. So again, setup will be a little bit right of the target this time because you're going to draw it. And I don't worry too much about the takeaway. It's all about how hard I come down through the ball, and I'll try and generate a bit more power because we need it to be a maximum ball flight. You still need the height because you've always got to carry it as far as you can. And that'll just be a little bit quicker. And hopefully nice high draw will land. It'll probably have quite a bit of spin on it, that one, because you're hitting down on it more. And yeah, that should just be my 3 different numbers. So 170, 180, maybe like 185 if I need that bit extra.
As I watch you, like so many great players I've been fortunate to watch, you don't take very much divot, do you?
No, again, because I like hitting up on the ball, because I think if you like a lower ball flight, then yeah, you can take as much. If ever I want to hit a low one, then yeah, you'll see a big divot come out. But yeah, I'm very happy just with a normal swing. All I'm concentrating on is right at the back of the ball there. You can see, as I'm looking down, you can't see all the way around the ball, but I'm sort of underneath the ball there where the club head starts. And I just want the club head to come back to that point, and that's all I'm looking at.
So you really are looking at the back of the ball?
Yeah, the back of the ball, that's all my whole concentration. As long as I get the smooth takeaway, nice high finish, you know, 8, 9 times out of 10, you should have a good result.
And, you know, one of the other things that I notice as I've watched you hit the balls over the years, you always have, it's like a Davies trademark, a little move to the right, a little pressure on the right side. Conscious or unconscious, you'll tell us, but that would certainly lead to a swing where you're not going to take much divot. Is that something that maybe Dave Reagan told you back in the day, or...?
Well, Dave was always on the range with me at West Byfleet. He was the head pro there, and he used to come out. He didn't really give me advice. He just gave me the odd tip here and there. But no, that's something. I think that little sway came from when I was 14, 15, trying to keep up with my brother. So I was just winding everything up into it. And obviously, because that was the start of my golf swing, that stuck with me. And whether it's good or bad, I don't really know, but it's part of my swing. So, you know, you just go with it.
I think his 85 wins good.
Yeah, well, it
is what
kind
I
of
would
works.
say to that.
Yeah.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, this is just another bog standard one. Back of the ball, smooth takeaway, and a nice high finish.
Love the high finish. You've still got a great finish to it. Now, how would you hit a sizable draw? In the unlikely event you'd ever missed a fairway, and you had to curve it round some tree that is in the way, and you got a decent line in the rough, how would you hit a big draw?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking just a bog standard draw, you don't change too much. But if you really need the extreme one, so I'm going to aim way out to the right, with my feet, I aim the feet out way right at the target, and then the club head will almost be on line with where I want it to finish. But the difference is, when I take the club away, I'm going to take it way back on the inside, and as I'm coming into the ball, and this is the shot where you really need to get down and through it. You can't be half-hearted with this one, you've got to hit it hard. So, club head's hooded, on the inside, and then you just whip your hands through, and you can see you get that, it's almost like a whiplash. And as you so kindly said, I've needed that shot many a time. Yeah,
and you've pulled it off so very well many a time, I might say. All right, we'll perhaps talk about the fade in the next segment. When we come back, we're going to talk about what Laura did, probably better than any lady who's ever played that I'm aware of, long irons. You still have a 2-iron in that bag, don't you?
I do, yes. I love it.
Well, guess what? We're going to get it out. Don't go anywhere. Long iron special from Laura Davies. Dame Laura Davies coming right up next. So, Laura, the highest honour if you come from Great Britain and Ireland, Dame Laura Davies. Basically the female equivalent of being knighted to be Dame. What did that mean to you?
Well, something you never consider when you first start out playing a game, and I still pinch myself thinking playing golf, and this accolade, I suppose you'd call it, has come to me, and it's incredible, really. I got the letter on a Saturday morning, I'll never forget it. Everyone had gone out apart from the dog, so I showed Murphy my letter from the palace, and that's the only person who was there at the time, and ran up the road and immediately posted the reply saying I would accept it, and that was that.
So if I don't treat you well, I'm off to the tower.
If you get to England and you've misbehaved, yes, I can send you to the tower now.
It's now time for Laser Focus, presented by Bushnell.
Here's a little tip that might help you. I find over the years, if you don't get through the ball, you're probably going to come off it, you're going to go too far right, you might overcompensate, go too far left. So set up normally, but as I'm hitting it, I move away from the ball, I do it in slow motion. As I come through the ball, I want to stay down through it. So it's something I've always noticed if I'm playing particularly well. As I'm going through the ball, this shoulder hits my chin, and I can actually get a bruise on my chin at certain times. So the tip is stay down through the ball, and hopefully that'll help you with consistency and your striking as well.
We're back. We're at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, scene of the first Solheim Cup. I'm with Laura Davies, played in 12 consecutive Solheim Cups. Meant a lot to you, didn't it?
Oh, it really did. I mean, it was the greatest fun you could have every 2 years, and I miss it. I'm still trying to qualify for the next one. Yeah, I'm still trying to get in it. I love it.
Well, one of the things that I saw you do in the Solheim Cup as I watched you was long irons. Spectacular long iron player. Spill the beans, girl, spill the beans. How did you do it?
Well, it's it's a dying art, really. I played in a men's event recently over in Morocco, and I pulled this too, and Paul McGinley looked at me and said a 2-iron. So he said there's not even that many on the men's tour, but it's a club I love because it's so versatile. I use it off the tee mostly. That'd be the one shot I go for.
Now, when you say you used it off the tee...
Well, off the deck, off a tee.
You didn't put it on a tee, did you? Why is that?
Well, I just think if it's a slightly harder shot, you concentrate better. And I tend, because it's so slow on tour nowadays, my mind tends to wander. So if I've got it on a tee, then I'm sometimes lazy and I miss it left. But I know when it's off the deck, I've got to catch it exactly right in my position and right at the back of the ball. And I hit quite a low trajectory with this club. I don't really need any height. I need it to hit the fairway and start running. So, yeah, it'll be a slight left-to-righter. And... yeah, it's full aggression. You can't be timid with a long iron, that's for sure. So everything stays kind of the same. Yeah, I mean, that'll hit the fairway and run a little bit. And yeah, it's just a club I've really loved playing over the years, and I still love it.
That was very good.
Slightly restricted follow-through to keep it down, because if I went for my normal high follow-through, it would just get no distance, and that's obviously not what you want.
Now, you're someone who's been playing golf an awfully long time. Remarkably well. As such, you've played in a lot of pro-ams, and we chatted over breakfast this morning. What do you think, it probably wouldn't be with a long iron, but what do you think is the most common year-in, year-out fault you've seen from amateurs in pro-ams that our viewers shouldn't be doing?
Well, it's alignment. I'm not very technical, so I struggle. I can tell my pro-am partners if they're lifting off it or if they're doing certain things, but the one thing the sort of 12 handicaps to 24 handicappers do, if they fade the ball a lot, they aim way too far left. If you want to go over this first blue thing, they should be aiming just left of it if they fade it. But they think, oh, I know what I can do. I can aim way left, and I've got much more room now. But all you do is increase the slice on the ball, and because the angles are all different. It's like you were saying about me. I kind of get comfortable, and I think that's what they should try and do. A lot of waggles, feel like their feet are in a good line, take it back, because their swing is their swing. They're never going to get to, obviously, the highest level, but their swings are good enough where they should be able to make the most of their good shots, and they're not. They're wasting it because they're cutting them into the trees way too far, literally because of their alignment.
Well, let's see you hit one. I just want to make a comment. I want to talk through your routine, if I might. As long as I've known you, Laura Davies, you do a fantastic job of connecting with the target as you set up. Perhaps unconscious, but really something people should copy. So just set up, go through your routine.
Well, this is my routine. I'll come behind the ball. I'm looking down the fairway where I want the ball to land, not where I want it to start. So this time I've come in, I've found a spot now, probably 8 inches in front of the ball, nearly a foot in front of the ball. So as I'm walking from this point to this point, I'm staring at that point there. So now I know my club is on the line where I want the ball to finish. And then because this time it's the 2-iron, I want a little fade. Then I just start moving myself to get into the position just left of the target because I want the ball to move that little bit in the air. And like you say, there's a lot of waggles. And then at some point, I don't know what the trigger point is, and then I just know I'm ready to go. But I'm in position. And I'm ready for the shot.
And that was an absolute cracker. Great stuff, Laura. When we come back, we're going from the 2-iron to the wedges. You're going to learn to hit those a lot closer. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Golf Channel Academy. We're back with Laura Davies. Now, we've talked about how to warm up, which Laura did first of all, with just some nice, easy 6-irons. We talked about how to vary the distance you hit the ball. That was very interesting stuff. Talked about long irons even, how she approached that, very interesting. And now we're going to talk wedges. So I've got my Bushnell Tour X rangefinder here. We've got an umbrella out there on the range. I'm just going to see what the number is here. It's actually, for me, it's 68 yards, so it's probably 70 from where you are. And I think, if I'm correct, you used to practice something like this even before these were even invented at home, didn't you, in Surrey?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have a big enough garden where I'd set out an umbrella, open the umbrella out like that, because I think it's important to have a real target to try and hit to, so 50, 70 and 90 yards.
So you'd have 3 of them?
I'd have 3 umbrellas, yeah, and then don't always hit to the 70, go 50, 90, 70, 70, so you're trying to learn how hard you want to hit these individual shots, and so don't get stuck on just one distance, vary it.
That's random practice instead of block practice, but you knew it, you didn't know what it was called. Let's see you hit one at this 70-yarder then.
Okay.
So no big divots here, are there?
Well, for me, sometimes there are. If I really need to spin one, and say you're going over a bunker or you really need to stop it quick, then I might take a divot. Your average shot, which is this first one, yeah, probably not going to take too much of a divot because you want some spin, but not all that much. Again, my feet are going to be a little bit left of the target because with the wedges, I always like to be a little bit open. I've always felt more comfortable like that.
Grip pressure, medium?
Yeah, about normal. Yeah, neutral, yeah. Shouldn't be too big a swing. Nice and crisp. That's a little bit long. Hit that one slightly too hard. But you can see a little bit of spin there. The ball's coming back. This is a 60-degree wedge.
Yeah, that one was probably, I think from where you are, that would be 74 yards, so that was just a little bit farther.
But you should be able to feel that. I know as soon as I hit it, if I'm long, short or perfect, I can actually feel that. You should get to the stage. Even the higher handicaps with the short game, you really should be able to control your distance with these sort of shots. It's not as easy with the longer shots, we all know that. But when you get a bit closer to the green, you really should be able to judge that and feel that. See if we can get one right. That's good for distance, but...
Yeah, but pin high there. I mean, just something to talk about here that perhaps the amateurs must realise. With your wedges, which is more important, hitting it absolutely on line or getting it just the right distance?
For me, distance all the time wins the day. I mean, I do like hitting it straight, obviously, but if your distance... Annika Sorensen, best distance control player I've probably ever seen, men or women, I think. She was amazing. And although you might be 5 feet left, 5 feet right, if you're dead distance, you're going to make a lot of birdies.
Absolutely. Hit me one more, please, Laura.
Oh, might have done it.
Might have done it. She's feeling it.
It's bounced under the brolly. That's
yeah,
just
but
unlucky.
what I do like there is how free the swing of the club head is. There's nothing stiff. There's nothing restricted in that. It's a very free motion, and as you said, it's still almost a fit. It's clipping it, isn't it?
Clipping it off the top, yeah.
Yeah, clipping it off the top. One more, if you would, please. Love watching you hit these.
And make sure that good club head speed, because that's a downfall of most high handicap golfers. They take it back and then they decelerate into it.
Is just as you have said that, Is accelerating the club head something you would be mindful of?
Very much so. When you want more spin, I don't like spinning the ball a huge amount, but when you want more spin, you really do have to accelerate through the ball to generate that spin. That one's got a lot of spin on it.
Yeah, you really did accelerate that beautifully. Well, Laura, as I knew it would be, this has been great fun to spend this time with you. To Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, a huge thank you. It was the scene of the first Solheim Cup with one of the first Solheim Cup players. I have enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it half as much as I have, then you've had a great time with Dame Laura Davies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Golf Channel Academy.